Hi friends, this is Atul Patrikar with Sai Patrikar. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to build a financial profit and loss dashboard using Power BI. So completely from scratch. So this project is very important for interviewers, real world finance team and Power BI developers. By the end of this video, you will learn how to build a PLN report, important DAX formulas and how to create a professional finance dashboard. Okay. Let's understand the business requirement first. Okay, so I'm going to open that my SQL server. So you can see I already created one table in my favorite database SQL bank. So we have the table name TBL fin. Okay, so in that table we have this column like financial date, region, product, revenue, cost, and financial IDs. Financial ID is a primary key. Okay, so like management wants a monthly profit and loss report to analyze. So that report having revenue, cost, gross profit and profit margin. So they also want to analyze this by region, product and time. Okay, so now I am opening the Power BI tool. Okay, so now Power BI tool is open. Bank report. Now here we need to include the SQL connection. So we already have one table financial. So now in my case I'm directly using this table in direct query. Okay, so for some teams require the limited columns. Okay, so in that time we have to create a one view. We need to include only required column in that view, and they can use our view, direct view in that Power BI dashboard report. Okay, now you can see here is the get data option. Here you can select SQL server. In that SQL server, that server name is dot. In my case, the server name is dot. The database is optional, like the database name is SQL Bank. Now you can see a direct query. Click on advanced, and here you can paste that query. Okay. So based on this select statement, the data set will be created in the Power BI report. Now click on OK. Now it will executing that select statement in the Power BI local SQL database. So you can see we got this record. Now click on the load button. So once you click on the load button, now in the right side panel you can see our data set is created. So the data set name is like query one. So I don't need this actually. I require I'm renaming this with fine table field. Okay. So now I have renamed that data set name. Okay, so now in this data set we need to add some columns for total revenue, total cost, gross profit and profit margin. So now you can see I have clicked here in this data set. Now you can see your new column. In this new column we need to write the DAX function. So the my first column name is total revenue. Okay, total revenue, and I need to sum that total revenue from the TBL finance, and that column name is revenue. Okay, once you hit the enter, now you can see in the right side panel under the data tab, you can see that new column is added here. For same we need to add more columns. Okay, now I'm going to add that columns. Total cost again, sum, the data set name is TBL field, and we need this cost column. Okay. Now in the right side you can see the cost column is also added. The next one is gross profit. Okay. Gross profit equal to, now here we are subtracting the total revenue minus total cost. Okay, total revenue minus total cost. Now we got gross profit as well. Now one more table. Oh, now one more table I need to include profit margin percent. Basically, this is our column name, and after that equal, we are calculating that logic to get profit margin in percent. Okay, so in this case, we are using the divide function. Under that divide function, we are using the gross profit and the total revenue. Okay, total revenue bracket. So these measures are very common interview questions, so make sure you understand them. So now we are going to create a dashboard. Okay, now we need to create the dashboard here. So I'm going to create a KPI cards or cards, okay, for total revenue, total gross profit, and profit margin. Now you can see this is our KPI cards. Okay. So this is our first KPI card. So I need to show that total revenue. So you can just select this column, or you can just drag and drop under that visualization tab in the values, and I'm going to rename this. Okay, I need a simple name like total revenue. Total revenue. Okay, so instead of KPI I am using the simple card. Okay, I'm going to click here in the card under the visualization section. Now I'm just dragging that field here. Now I'm going to rename the column name. The column name is total revenue. Okay, if you want, you can just go to that format your usual. Under that callout function, you can just change the color. You can change the color name, color here, and you can just also include that display units, the text wraps. Now, if you want to add the title, now just turn on this title section. You can just write total revenue. So you can see the label should the label showing here. Now I'm just copying this for cost, total total cost. Where is the total cost field is there? Total cost field is here. Total cost field. So I'm renaming this total cost. Okay, the total cost, and I'm just updating that label name as well. Total revenue to total cost. Now I am again copy one more card, and I'm just removing the total cost and adding the gross profit. Okay, here the gross profit. sum of gross profit, and I am also going to change that title there. Okay. Gross profit. Gross profit. And I'm adding one, I'm copying one more for profit margin. Profit margin. Here is the profit margin, and the title is profit margin percent. Profit margin percent. Here, and I am also adding the line chart. You can see this is the stack chart, column chart, cluster bar chart, cluster column chart. We have multiple type of charts. I'm adding the line chart. So I'm adding the gross profit for this line chart. Okay, and I'm also modifying this title here, gross profit line chart. Okay, you can see in the left side we have 1.2 million, 1.8 million. So it's like matches with this chart. 935K. Okay, so here we need to add the matrix usuals to check our profit and loss. Okay, now I will show you that matrix report. This matrix shows a proper profit and loss statement just like real finance report. So I will also apply conditional formatting to highlight profit and loss clearly. Okay, so now I'm going to add one data set first for our matrix table. Okay, now I'm creating the one more model. Okay, here I'm going to add one more model for our matrix table. So model name is like profit and loss structure. Profit and loss structure. So I'm going to use the data table function. Under that data table function, I'm going to add a column. That column name is like P and L items. The data type is string. Then order, data type is integer. Now I am adding a child column like revenue, comma 1 curly bracket close. So here we need two curly bracket for start, comma cost, cost gross profit, gross profit, and gross profit and profit margin percent, comma 4 and bracket close. Okay, so you can see we have added a order and PL items. Okay, so I'm also creating one more model under this using the DAX. Okay, P and L value, P and L value, profit and loss value, which we use the selected value function. Under the selected value function, we use structure, PL structure and items, revenue and total revenue. So actually I made one mistake. Instead of creating the measures, I have added these all columns in this TBL field. Okay, instead of the columns here in TBL field, we need to create a measures. Okay, like this: profit margin, total cost, and revenue. So you can create here. You can see under the model tab: measures, gross profit, any value, profit margin, total cost, and revenue. Okay. So now I am adding the PLN value for this. We have added structure, we have added the revenue. Okay, so the next one is we need to add a cost. Total revenue, then cost, total cost user. After that we need to use a gross profit. Okay, gross profit. Next one is profit margin. Profit margin. Okay. Now we successfully added that PNL value, profit and loss value measures here. Now we need to insert that matrix value. Okay. So I have changes that column name. That's the reason it's showing the error. Okay. So now here you can see we have that first one is for total revenue. Okay. The second one is for cost. Okay. Third one is for gross profit. Where is the gross profit? Gross profit. And this is for profit margin. Okay. Now I'm going to add matrix visual. So you can see under visualization, you can find the matrix. Okay. You can see the matrix here. So we have added the matrix here, and we need to the assign fields. We need to assign the fields. Okay. Under the row, we need to add the PLN L items. Okay. So I'm just dragging here. Okay, we have added the profit and loss items. Under the columns, we need to add the month or date here. And values, we need to add, in values, we need to add a PL and PNL values. Okay, so we have added the PNL values. Okay, so for we need to include the date and month column. So I think actually I by mistakenly deleted that model. Okay. Yes, I made a mistake. Okay. We need to add that major column. Okay, now I'm going to add the majors. Majors. You can directly add from here as well. You can see there is option to add the DAX expression. Selected year equal to if has value data table year. Okay. So again we need to add one table that has year and month. Okay, now I am going to create one data table. Okay, under this I'm going to create one new table here. Table name is like data table. Sorry, not data table, it's a date table. Sorry, my bad. Add columns. We can use the calendar function. Under that calendar function, we use the date function. So I'm putting here like 2022, then first Jan to 2025, 31st December. Year, date. month, month number, month number, month in bracket date. The next column name is month and the format of the month. Column name is date, date, and the format is MMM. Okay. Now you can see we successfully added the data date table here. Okay. So now I'm going to the dashboard. Now I'm going to click here. Now I'm adding the year column. Okay. So you can see we have added the year column, or instead of year we can also use month column. So you can see we are also able to add the month, or if required we are also able to add the month. Okay, I think month number is not working. So we'll go with the year. Sorry, we need to drag and drop here. Okay, so you can see we have the month number as well, like from January to December. We have all that numbers. Okay, so now I am adding the slicer, okay, for filtering the data. So you can see I have added the slicer from that under that visualization. You can see here we have that slicer. For this I am using the year, so I am just dropping that field here. Now you can see we have that slicer. Okay, so based on that filter, that our values got changed. Okay, now 2022 we have the total revenue 67K, the cost is 23, gross profit is 44, and the profit margin is like 66%. In 2023 we don't have any record, so I will show you that as well. So you can see we don't have that 2023 records. That's the reason here showing is blank, or 2024 is also blank. So now we have the 2025. Okay, so you can see we have the data is for 2022 and 2025. We don't have any record for 2023 and 2024. Okay, now I'm trying to add one more column that has data for 2023 0101. Okay, and the region is India. Okay, this is the 12,000, 4,000. Now I'm going to execute this. Now I'm again refreshing this our table field. Okay, now I'm okay. So you can see we are able to fetch the data for 2023 as well. Okay, so and I'm also going to add a slicer for that filter the total revenue, cost, gross profit, and profit margin based on the product. Okay, now I'm just drag and drop here. Now you can see we have this type of products in our database. For desktop you can see the based on we are able to filter based on the desktop, based on the laptop, and based on the mobile. So actually this dashboard is not look professional, so we need to add some font style, color changes, and visuals for this. Okay, so I will show you in the next part how we can improve our UI for Power BI dashboard. So now summaries for this, we have added this table, we have added this measure profit and loss structure, we have added the date table for filter, and also we have added the relationship between these two tables, between the date tables and profit and loss table. You can see here the table financial, the column name is financial date, cardinality is menu to one to table. So we have created one relationship as well, and we have also added this measures total revenue, total cost, profit margin, PL&L value, and gross profit. And we have also added this slicer for year, this slicer for uh, products. Based on products and based on that years, we are able to filter out the data. We have added the card. Okay, we have added the matrix table. So for the same, like if you are preparing for Power BI interviews, this project is extremely useful. So interviewers expect you to know what is the financial KPIs, DAX calculation, dashboard storytelling, and these profit and loss reports for all of them. Okay. So that's it for today's video. If you found this useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Comment below if you want. Okay, so budget versus actual dashboard, advanced DAX, or more Power BI interview updates. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.